scissors. I told you not to bother her. Now get in the kitchen. Why don't you listen to what I tell you?
She almost dug Martha's eyes out. It's always almost. No point worrying until it happens.
Why haven't you seen that Baltimore man? It's not a thing that you can let go on and on like the weather.
Weather here doesn't ask permission of me, Aunt El. Speak to my father.
Something must be done for this child, Arthur.
Refreshing suggestion. What?
Well, this very famous oculist in Baltimore that I wrote you about, what was his name?
Dr. Chisholm?
Yes. Now, I heard lots of cases of blindness that people thought couldn't be cured. He's cured.
The child is blind and deaf. I have stopped believing in wonders.
I think the captain will write to him soon. Won't you, Captain?
The child's been to specialists all over Alabama and Tennessee. If I thought it would do good, I'd have her to every fool doctor in the country.
I think the captain will write to him soon.
Katie, how many times can you let them break your heart?
Any number of times.
Now, what child?
As long as I think there's the least chance for her to see or hear.
Well, there isn't. Now, I must finish here.
I think, Captain, with your permission, I would like to write.
I prefer we don't, Katie.
Well, writing does no harm, Arthur. Just a little letter to see if he can help her.
He can't.
Father stands up. That makes it a fact.
You'll be quiet. I've badgered enough of you about females without your impudence.
Oh.
Ah, Katie! I might as well try to edit this newspaper in a head yard.
We really ought to put her away, Father.
What?
Some asylum. It's the kindest thing.
But she's your sister, James, not just a
half-sister. Half mentally defective.
This discussion is at an end. I'll thank you not to broach it again, Ev. Katie, I want some peace in the house. I don't care how. But one way we won't have it is by rushing up and down the country year after year every time someone hears of some new quack. I'm as sensitive to this affliction as anyone else.
It was not our affliction I meant you to write about, Captain.
Oh, Katie, my buttons are hot.
What? Eyes. She wants the doll to have eyes. Oh, she doesn't know any better than to have our sewing back on later.
Never learn. With everyone letting her do anything she takes it into her mind to.
You be quiet.
What did I say now?
You talk too much.
I was agreeing with you.
Whatever it was. Deprived child, the least she can have are the little things she wants.
Oh, it's worth a couple of buttons. Look, Kate. She had more sense than all the killers. If there's ever any way to reach that mind of hers.
Helen!
Helen! You have to do such things. How can I make you understand? How can I get it into your head, my darling, my poor baby?
Katie, some way of teaching her an iota of discipline has to be found.
Discipline an afflicted child. Is it her fault?
I didn't say it was her fault.
Well, then whose? I don't know what to do. How do I teach her? Beat her?
It's not safe to let her run around loose. Now, there must be a way of confining her somehow.
Where? In a cage? She's a growing child. She needs to use her limbs.
Well, answer me one thing. Is it fair to Mildred here?
Are you willing to put her away?
Now what?
She wants to talk be like you and me. Every day she slips further away. I don't know how to call her back.
I'll write the man, Katie.
I've written the family only that a suitable governess, Miss Annie Sullivan, has been found here in Boston and will come. It will no doubt be difficult for you there, Annie. But it has been difficult for you at our school too, huh? Gratifying, yes. When you came to us blind and could not spell your name to accomplish so much in a few years here? But it was always an Irish battle for independence. And what has saved you on more than one occasion is that there was nowhere to expel you to. Your eyes hurt.
My ears, Mr. Nagnos.
Nowhere to expel you to but back to the state asylum, Annie. I know how dreadful it was there, but this battle is dead and done with. Why not let it stay buried?
I think God must owe me a resurrection.
What?
Well, he keeps taking up that battle.
That's what I mean. That is not a proper thing to say, Annie.
Yes.
Annie, I wrote them no word of your history. You will find yourself among strangers now who know nothing of it.
We'll keep them in a state of blessed ignorance.
Perhaps you should tell them.
Why? I have enough trouble with people who don't know.
So they will understand when you have trouble.
The only time I have trouble is when I'm right. Is it my fault it's so often? I won't give them trouble, Mr. Nagnos. I'll be so ladylike they won't notice I've come.
Now, this envelope, a loan for the railroad, which you will repay me when you have a bank account. In this box, a gift with our love. I'll get your trunk to the carriage.
Mr. Nagnos. Dear Mr. Nagnos. Well, what should I say? I'm an ignorant, opinionated girl, and everything I am I owe to you.
That's only half true, Annie.
Which I crawled in here like a drowned rat. I thought I died when Jimmy died. That I'd never again come alive. Well, you say with love so easy. And I haven't loved a soul since. I never will, I suppose. But this place gave me more than my eyes back, or taught me how to spell, which I'll never learn anyway. But with all the fights and trouble I've been here, it taught me what help is, and how to live again. And I don't want to say goodbye.
I'll get your trunk to the carriage.
Where are we going, Annie? Jimmy, where are we going? I said I'm taking care of you. Forever and ever. Forever and ever. Annie! Don't let them take me! Annie! Jimmy!
Annie! Annie!
Coming!
Yes, yes, we're expecting someone for my Helen. Oh, dear. This was clean out an hour ago. Here for while I'm gone. I don't think one peppermint drop will spoil your supper.
Jimmy? Yeah? You don't look dressed for anything useful, boy.
I'm not. It's for Miss Sullivan.
Huh?
Captain, we're off to meet the train. Our supper will be a trifle delayed.
What, again?
Miss Sullivan?
Here. At last. I've been on trains for so many days, I thought they must be backing up every time I dozed off.
I'm James Keller.
I had a brother, Jimmy. Are you Helen?
I'm only half a brother. You ought to be her governess.
Well, try.
You look like half a governess. Mrs. Keller. Miss Sullivan.
Met every train for 2 days.
I changed trains every time they stopped. The man who sold me that ticket ought to be tied to the tracks. You didn't bring Helen. I was hoping you would.
She's at home.
You live far from town, Mrs. Keller?
Only Ma.
Well, I suppose I can wait 1 more mile. But don't be surprised if I get out to push the horses.
I expected a desiccated spinster. You're very young.
Oh, you should have seen me when I left Boston. I got much older on this trip.
I mean, to teach anyone as difficult as Helen.
I mean to try. We can't put you in jail for trying.
Is it possible? Can they teach a blind, deaf child half of what an ordinary child can learn? Has it ever been done?
Half?
A tenth?
No.
May I ask how old you are?
Well, I'm not in my teens, you know. I'm 20. Mrs. Keller, don't lose heart just because I'm not on my last legs. I have 3 big advantages that money couldn't buy for you. One is Dr. Howe's work behind me. I've read every word he wrote about it. Another is to be young. I've got energy to do anything. And the third is, I've been blind.
Advantages?
Well, some have the luck of the Irish, some do not.
What will you try to teach her first?
First, last, every minute and in between. Language.
Language?
Language is to the mind more than light is to the eye. Dr. Howe said that.
Language? We can't get through to have her sit still, and you must be very young, despite your years, to have such confidence. Do you inside?
No. To tell you the truth, I'm as shaky inside as a baby's rattle.
Don't be.
They're coming! They're coming, Captain! They're here! Captain!
Ah, Miss Annie, my husband, Captain Keller.
Welcome to Ivy Green, Miss Sullivan.
Captain, how do you do?
It's a pleasure to see you at last. I trust you had an agreeable journey.
I had several. Where's Helen?
The trunk in the hall, Jimmy.
We put you in the upstairs corner room, Miss Annie. If there's any breeze at all this summer, you'll feel it.
And the suitcase?
Oh, I'll take the suitcase, thanks.
Not at all I have it, Miss Sullivan.
Oh, no, I'd like it.
Well, I couldn't think of it, Miss Sullivan. You'll find in the South we view women as the flowers of civilization.
I have something in it for Helen. Thank you. When do I see her?
There. There is Helen. Well,
She's very rough, Katie.
I like her, Captain.
How old is she?
Well, she's not in her teens, you know.
And what's her family like, shipping her off alone this far?
I couldn't learn.
Why does she wear those glasses? I like to see a person's eyes when I talk to them.
For the sun. She was blind.
Blind?
She had 9 operations on her eyes, one just before she left.
Blind? Good heavens. They expect one blind child to teach another? Is she experienced at least? How long did she teach there?
She was a pupil.
Katie. Katie, this is her first position?
She was valedictorian.
Well, here's a whole house full of grown-ups can't cope with the child. How do they expect an inexperienced, half-blind Yankee schoolgirl to manage her?
Great improvement. Now we have 2 of them to look after.
You talk too much.
All the trouble I went to, and that's how I look. Not the drawers. Yes. All right, Miss O'Sullivan. Let's begin with doll. D. O. L. L. Da.
You spell pretty well. What is it, a game?
An alphabet
Alphabet?
for the deaf. L. L. Da. D. O. L. L. How bright she is.
You think she knows what she's doing? She imitates everything. She's a monkey.
Yes, she's a bright little monkey, all right.
She wants her doll back.
When she spells it.
Spell? She doesn't know the thing has a name even.
Oh, of course not. Who expects her to now? All I want is her fingers to make the letters.
It won't mean anything to her. Doesn't like that alphabet, Miss Sullivan. You invent it yourself.
Spanish monks under a vow of silence, which I wish you'd take. Cake. Cake from Washington up north is the best I can do. C. A. K. E. Do as my fingers do, never mind what it means. See? A. K. E. Get it down fast, maybe I'll steal that back too. All right, now. D. O. L. L. Think it over. D. O. L. L. Imitate now. Understand later. End of the first lesson. Oh! Oh! You little wretch! Nobody's taught you any manners. Find you, you're not lost. Only out of place. And toothless. Oh. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Honey, it hurts. Jimmy. Honey, when we go home, promised. Jimmy. Forever and ever. You said forever. Oh.
Where's Miss Annie?
In a room.
In a room? Doesn't she know hot food must be eaten hot? Go upstairs, bring it down at once, Jimmy.
Certainly. I'll get a ladder.
What?
It shouldn't take me long.
Go upstairs at once and tell Miss Sullivan supper is getting cold.
She's locked in her room.
Locked in her room?
What on earth?
Now, Helen locked her in and made off with the key.
And you sit here and say nothing?
Well, everyone says I talk too much.
Miss Sullivan, are you in there?
Oh, I'm in here, all right.
Well, is there no key on your side?
Well, if there was a key in here, I wouldn't be in here. Helen took it. The only thing on my side is me.
Miss Sullivan, not in the house 10 minutes. I don't see how you managed it.
Even I'm not on my side.
She has no key.
Nonsense, she must. Have you searched her pockets?
Of course. Would you prefer to search her yourself, Captain?
No, I would not. She nearly took my kneecap off this afternoon when... Take that ladder back.
Certainly.
She could have hidden it somewhere.
Where?
Well, in the grass, under a rock, in the flower bed.
Well, I can't plow up the entire grounds looking for a missing key. Jimmy!
Sir?
Bring me a ladder.
Certainly.
Miss Sullivan!
Yes, Captain Keller?
Come out. Now come down. I intend to carry you. Just climb onto my shoulder and hold tight.
Oh, no, that's very chivalrous.
Miss Sullivan, follow instructions. I won't have you also tumbling off my roof.
Captain Keller, I'm perfectly able to go down a ladder under my...
I doubt that, Miss Sullivan. Now just hold on to my neck. My neck, Miss Sullivan!
I'm sorry to inconvenience you this way.
Oh, no inconvenience at all, other than having that door taken down and the lock replaced. We'll fail to find that key.
I'll look everywhere for it.
Thank you. Do not look in any rooms that can be locked. There.
Thank you very much.
What are you looking at here? Get back to your work. Nothing to look at here. Now, would it be possible to have supper like other people?
Yes, Governor. I'll put her to sleep. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Might as well leave the Ladder.
Devil. Think I'm so easily gotten rid of. You have a thing or two to learn first. I have nothing else to do. And nowhere to go. Nobody here has attempted to control her. The greatest problem I have is how to discipline her without breaking her spirit. Ah! Ink. Ink. It has a name. Down, under, up. Be careful of the needles. Fine. You keep out of the ink. Maybe I'll keep out of the soup. These blots are her handiwork. Ooh! All right. Let's try temperance. Bad girl. Good girl. very good girl.
What are you saying to her?
Oh, just making conversation. I was saying it was a sewing card.
Does that mean that to her?
No. No, she won't know what spelling is till she knows what a word is.
Yet you keep spelling to her. What?
I like to hear myself talk. It's how I watch you talk to Mildred.
Mildred?
Any baby. Gibberish. Grown-up gibberish, baby talk, gibberish. Do they understand one word of it to start? Somehow they begin to, if they hear it. I'm letting Helen hear it.
But other children are not impaired.
Oh, there's nothing impaired in that head. Works like a mousetrap. All she has to learn first is that things have names.
When will she learn?
Maybe after 1,000,000 words.
Miss Annie, I would like to learn those letters.
I'll teach you tomorrow. That makes only 500,000 each.
Well, it's her bedtime. Oh! Annie, I am sorry.
Why does she get a reward for stabbing me?
Well, we catch our flies with honey, I'm afraid. Sometimes she simply cannot be compelled.
Yes, I'm the same way myself.
But the fact is, we lost the South 2 years earlier when he outthought us behind Vicksburg.
Outthought is a peculiar word for a butcher, Jimmy.
A harness maker, wasn't he?
I said butcher. He led men to slaughter with no more regard than for so many sheep. And a drunken one, too, half the war.
Agreed, Father. If his own people said he was.
And what is it you find to admire in such a man, Jimmy?
Only the fact that he beat us.
He didn't.
Is it your contention we won the war, sir?
He didn't beat us at Vicksburg. We lost Vicksburg. Because Pemberton gave Bragg 5,000 of his cavalry. And Loring, whom I knew personally for a nincompoop before you were born, marched away from Champions Hill with enough men to have held them. We lost Vicksburg by stupidity bordering on treason.
I would have said we lost Vicksburg because Grant was one thing no Yankee general was before him.
Drunk?
Obstinate.
Obstinate. Could any of them compare even in that with old Stonewall?
Well, the butcher simply wouldn't give up. He tried 4 ways of getting around Vicksburg, and on the 5th try, he got around. Anyone else would have pulled back.
What is the matter there?
She is accustomed to helping herself from our plate, Miss Annie.
I'm not accustomed to it.
No, of course not. I'll get you another plate.
I have a plate, thank you.
Varney! She'll persist in this until she gets her own way.
Varney, bring Miss Sullivan another plate.
I have a plate. Nothing's wrong with the plate. I intend to keep it.
You see why they took Vicksburg?
Miss Sullivan, one plate or another is hardly a matter to struggle with a deprived child about.
Oh, I'd sooner have a more heroic issue myself, Captain Keller.
Miss Annie, I don't think you know the child well enough.
I know an ordinary tantrum well enough when I see one in a badly spoiled child.
Miss Sullivan, you would have more understanding of your pupil if you had more pity in you. Now, kindly...
Pity? For this tyrant? The whole house turns on her whims. Is there anything she wants she doesn't get? I'll tell you what I pity. That the sun won't rise and set for all of her life, and every day you're telling her it will. What good will your pity do her when you're under the strawberries, Captain Keller?
Katie, for the love of heaven, will you please?
Miss Annie, I don't think it serves to lose...
Does you good, that's all. It's less trouble to feel sorry for her than it is to teach her anything better, isn't it?
I fail to see where you have taught her anything yet, Miss Sullivan.
I'll begin this minute if you'll leave the room, Captain Keller.
Leave?
Everyone, please.
Miss Sullivan, you are here as a paid teacher. Nothing more.
I can't unteach her years of pity if you can't stand up to one tantrum. Old Stonewall, indeed. Mrs. Keller, you promised me help.
Yes, and I truly want to.
Then leave me alone with her now.
Katie, will you come outside with me? At once, please.
For heaven's sakes. Out, please.
If it takes all summer, General.
This girl, this cub of a girl presumes. I tell you, I'm a half a mind to ship her back to Boston before the week is out, and you may inform her so for me.
Aye, Captain.
She's a hireling. I want it clear. Unless there is an apology and a complete change of manner, she goes back on the very next train. Make that quite clear?
And where will you be, Captain? Well, I'm making that quite clear.
At the office, putting the paper to bed.
Will you? I thought what she said was exceptionally intelligent. I've been saying it for years.
To his face. Oh, will you take it, Jimmy? As a flag.
What am I going to do, Miss Kate? It's noontime. Dinner's coming on, and I didn't get the breakfast dishes out of there yet. Oh, you give her to me, Miss Kate. I'll sneak her in back to her crib.
This child never gives me a minute's worry.
She's the angel of the family. No question about that.
What happened?
She ate from her own plate. She ate with a spoon. Herself. And she folded her napkin.
Folded her napkin.
The room's a wreck, but her napkin is folded. I'll be in my room, Mrs. Keller.
Don't be long, Miss Annie. Dinner'll be ready right away.
Folded her napkin. My Helen folded her napkin.
Honey? Honey, you there? Hush, Jimmy. Honey? What's that noise? Just a cut. Weren't they pushing it? To the dead house. Honey? Does it hurt to be dead? You ain't going to school, are you, Annie? When I grow up? You ain't either. You're going to stay here and take care of me. I'm going to school where they teach blind ones worse than me. You said we'd be together forever and ever and ever. I'm going to school when I grow up. Honey? Honey? Don't let them take me! Honey! Jimmy! This blind, deaf, mute woman. Can nothing be done to disinter this human soul? The whole neighborhood would rush to save this woman if she were buried alive by the caving in of a pit, and labor with zeal until she were dug out. Is the life of the soul of less import than that of the body?
moment she stepped off the train, this girl has been nothing but incompetent, impertinent, immodest, ineffectual.
Not ineffectual.
What?
Helen did fold her napkin.
Now, what in heaven's name is so extraordinary about folding a napkin?
Well, it's more than you did, Captain.
Katie, the fact is, today she scuttled any chance she ever had of getting along with Helen. Now, if you can see any point or purpose in her staying on here 1 minute longer, it is more than I...
What is it you wish me to do?
I wish you to give her notice.
No.
The child won't let herself be bathed or undressed or put to bed by her. The end result is that you have to do more for Helen than before we hired this girl's services. She's nothing but a burden.
Captain Keller?
Miss Sullivan.
I thought we should have a talk.
Yes, come in. Katie.
Captain?
Miss Sullivan, I've decided that I am not satisfied. In fact, am deeply dissatisfied.
Excuse me. Is that little house past the field ever in use?
In the hunting season, yes. Now, I was...
Mrs. Keller.
If you will give me your attention, Miss Sullivan. Now, I have tried to make allowances for you because you come from a part of the country where people... Well, where women are, I should say, come from, who... Miss Sullivan, I find it difficult to talk through those glasses.
Oh, of course.
Why do you wear them? The sun has been down an hour.
Any kind of light hurts my eyes.
Put them on. Miss Sullivan, I have decided to give you another chance.
To do what?
To remain in our employ. On 2 conditions. First, I am not accustomed to rudeness in women. Now, if you are to remain, there must be a radical change of manner.
Whose?
Yours, young lady. And secondly, you must persuade me that there is the slightest hope of your teaching a child who flees from you now like the plague to anyone else she can find in the house.
There isn't.
What, Miss Annie?
It's hopeless here. I can't teach a child who runs away.
Well, then, do I understand this?
Well, if we all agree it's hopeless, the next question is what to do about it.
Well, it is not agreed. I think perhaps you underestimate Helen.
I think everybody else here does.
She folded her napkin. She learns. She does learn. Why, she was talking when she was only 6 months old. She said water. Not really, Wawa. But she was only 6 months old. She knew what it meant. Oh, you didn't know her before illness. She was such a good-tempered child.
She's changed.
Miss Anne, put up with her. And with us.
Mrs. Keller, I don't think that Helen's worst handicap is deafness or blindness. I think it's your love. And pity.
What does that mean?
All of you here are so sorry for her, you've kept her like a pet.
Miss Annie, before you came, we spoke of putting her in an asylum.
What kind of asylum?
Mental defectives.
I visited there. I can't tell you what I saw. People like animals. Rats in the holes. Well, what else are we to do if you give up?
Give up?
You said it was hopeless.
Here. Give up? Why, I only today saw what has to be done to begin. I want complete charge of her.
You already have that.
No, I mean day and night. She has to be dependent on me.
For what?
Everything. The food she eats, the clothes she wears, the air she breathes.
She runs from you to us.
Yes, that's the point. I'll have to live with her somewhere else.
Miss Sullivan.
Captain Keller, it meets both your conditions. It's the one way I can get back in touch with Helen. And I don't see how I can be rude to you again if you're not around to interfere with me.
And what is your intention if I say no? Abandon your charge and pack off to...
The asylum? I grew up in such an asylum. Rats? Why, my brother Jimmy and I used to play with the rats because we didn't have toys. Maybe you'd like to know what Helen will find there, not on visiting days. One ward was full of the old women. Crippled, blind, most of them dying. But even if what they had was catching, there was nowhere else to move them. And that's where they put us. There were younger ones across the hall. Prostitutes mostly, with TB and epileptic fits. And a couple of the kind who keep after other girls, especially young ones. Some insane, some just had the DTs. The youngest were in another ward to have babies they didn't want. They started at 13, 14. They'd leave afterwards, but the babies stayed. And we played with them too, though a lot of them had sores all over from diseases you're not supposed to talk about. But not many of them lived. The first year we had 80. 70 died. The room Jimmy and I played in was the dead house where they kept the bodies until they could dig the graves.
Oh, my dear.
No. It made me strong. I don't think you need send Helen there. She's strong enough.
Miss Annie.
Yes?
Where would you take Helen?
Oh. Italy?
What?
Can't have everything. How would that little house do? Furnish it? Bring Helen there after a long ride so she won't recognize it? And you can see her every day, if she doesn't know.
Is that all?
That's all.
With your permission, Captain.
Why must she depend on you for the food she eats?
It's a way to reach her.
You intend to starve her into letting you touch her?
All's fair in love and war, Captain Keller. You never cut supplies?
This is hardly a war.
Well, it's not love. A siege is a siege.
Miss Sullivan, do you like the child?
Do you? If that boy Percy could sleep there, run errands,
I think Percy could stay there, Captain.
and some old furniture all our own.
Oh, that maple bedstead in the barn. Do you suppose if we...
I have not yet consented to Percy. Or to the proposal, or to Miss Sullivan staying on here. Very well, I consent to everything. For 2 weeks. I'll give you 2 weeks in that place, and it'll be a miracle if you can get the child to tolerate it.
2 weeks. Can you accomplish anything in 2 weeks?
Anything or not, 2 weeks and she comes back to us. Now you make up your mind, Miss Sullivan, yes or no?
2 weeks? I'll get her to tolerate me.
You can't think as little of love as you said, or you wouldn't stay.
I didn't come here for love. I came for money.
What?
A. It's the first of many. 26. Does she know where she is?
No.
We drove around in the country for 2 hours. Well, that's her sign for me.
I know. In 2 weeks.
Please be good to her these 2 weeks. Try to be very good to her.
I will. All right.
get into now?
No pity. I won't have it. Neither of us.
I will touch you!
I will touch you. How? Percy. Percy! Wake up! Come in here, I need you. Percy, awake?
No.
How would you like to play a nice game? With Helen. Touch her hand. Go on.
Let me go! Let me go! She trying to talk. She gonna hit me.
She can talk. She only knew. I'll show you how. She makes letters. This is a C. C. She's mad at me now, though she won't play. She knows lots of letters. Here's another. A. C. A. C. A. C. A. C. A. C-A-K-E. She spells cake. She gets cake. She doesn't know yet it means this. Isn't that funny? She knows how to spell it, but doesn't know she knows. Here. All right. She won't play it with me. I'll play it with you. Would you like to learn a word she doesn't know?
No.
M-I-L-K. M. That's 3 fingers down. I. That's easy. Just a little finger. L is like... Why should I talk to you? I'm teaching Percy a new word. So you're jealous, are you? All right. I'm finally back to where I can touch you. Touch and go. Love lost. Here we go. You can go back to sleep, Percy. Thank you. You've earned your rest. Now all I have to teach you is one word. Everything. Hush, little baby. Don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring turns brass, Mama's gonna buy you a looking glass. If that looking glass gets broke, Mama's gonna buy you a billy goat. T-R-E-E. No. Has a name. C-R-O-S-H. Crochet. C-R-O-S-H. Sewing has a name. Unsewing, isn't it? Sewing. Sewing. Discipline. Thank you. Disinter, disinterested, disjoined. Disjoined, disinterested. Where's discipline? A dictionary. You have to know how to spell it before you can look up how to spell it. Disciple, discipline. Discipline.
Must not overwork your eyes, Miss Annie.
Oh. Well, whatever I spell to Helen, I'd better spell right. Thank you.
You've taught us so much this past week.
Obedience is not enough. Well, she learned 2 nouns this morning. Key and water.
But not...
No. Not that they mean things. It's still a finger game. No meaning.
Might I take her for one walk today, Miss Annie?
Shall we play our finger game?
Next week seems so...
Spell it.
so far away.
Spell it. If she ever learns, you'll have a lot to tell each other. Start now.
Oh, I never thought life could be so noiseless. It's going by much too quickly for me.
It could be even more noiseless, Jimmy, without your tongue running every minute. Haven't you enough feeling to imagine what Katie's been undergoing ever since?
Captain, it's true. It has been more normal, quiet, everything you say. But not short, interminable.
If and when you're a parent, Jimmy, you'll understand what separation means. A mother loses a protector. You'll find we don't just keep our children safe, they keep us safe. There are, of course, all kinds of separation. Katie's been living with one kind for years. Another kind is disappointment in a child.
Him. A doll. Him. Symbol. Flower. W-A-T-E-R. Water. No, not cake. Water. I feel every day more and more inadequate. I need a teacher as much as Helen. I need help, too. Oh. Oh. In all the world, there isn't a soul who can tell me how to reach you. How do I reach you?
I thought today would never come. Now maybe you'll be able to get a little bit of rest, Miss Annie.
Now? She spells in her sleep. Her fingers make letters when she doesn't know. Something in her mind is asleep. How do I nudge that awake? That's the one question.
With no answer.
Except keep at it. Like this.
I need more time. In this place?
Spell it.
Why? Not because I can't.
Miss Sullivan, I brought Helen a playmate.
Outside, please, Captain.
Oh, my dear child, now the 2 weeks are up today. Surely if
They're not up until 6 o'clock.
Miss Sullivan, you are a tyrant.
Likewise, I'm sure.
I don't think you know how eager we are to have the child back.
I do know. It's my main worry.
It's like expecting a new child in the house. You've done wonders.
I want more time.
Miss Annie.
Another week.
We miss the child. I miss her. I'm glad to say that's a different debt I owe you.
Doesn't she miss us, too? Doesn't she need affection?
She never shows me she needs it. She won't have any caressing.
You are not her mother.
And we're more than satisfied. We've taught her to behave. She's more manageable, cleaner.
Cleaner?
Well, we say that cleanliness is next to godliness, Miss Sullivan.
Cleanliness is next to nothing. She has to learn that everything has its name. That words can be her eyes. And they're in her fingers now. I need only time to push one of them into her mind.
Look, what is she spelling now?
Water?
Teaching a dog to spell. Now, that dog doesn't know what she means any more than she knows what you mean, Miss Sullivan. I think you ask too much of her. And of yourself. God may not have meant Helen to have the eyes you speak of.
I need her too.
What is it to you?
Half a week.
I want her back.
I'll send Viney to help you pack.
Not until 6 o'clock. I have her until 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Come, Katie.
No. D-O-G. Dog. D-O-G. Dog. No, not water. Here. Here. Water. Water. Yes, what is it to me? They're satisfied. Give them back their child and their dog, both housebroken. Everyone's satisfied but me. And you. Reach. Reach. I wanted to teach you. Oh, everything the earth is full of, Helen. Everything on it that's ours for a wink and it's gone. And what we are on it. The light we bring to it and leave behind in words. Why, you can see 5,000 years back in the light of words. Everything we feel, think, know, and share in words. So not a soul is in darkness or done with. Even in the grave. And I know one word, and I can put the world in your hand. And whatever it is to me, I won't take less. How do I tell you that this means a word, and the word means this thing, wool, or this S-T-O-O-L means this thing, napkin, dress, F-A-C-E, face. M-U-T-H-E-R. Mother. M-O-T-H-E-R. Mother. M-O-T-H.
Let her come.
God must owe me a resurrection. And I owe God one. Come in.
Miss Annie, your first month's salary. With many more to come, I trust. It doesn't express what we feel or pay our debt for what you've done.
I taught her one thing. No. Don't do this, don't do that.
That's more than all of us could in all the years.
I wanted to teach her with languages. Obedience without understanding is a blindness too. Is that all I've wished on her?
No.
Maybe. I don't know what else to do. Keep on doing what I've done and have faith that inside it's waiting. Like water underground. You can help, Captain Keller.
How?
The world isn't an easy place for anyone. I don't want her just to obey. But to let her have her way in everything is a lie. To her. And I don't even love her. She's not my child. Well, you've got to stand between that lie and her.
Agreed. Won't you come now to supper?
I used to wonder how I could earn a living.
Oh, you do.
I really do. Now the question is, can I survive it?
May I?
Keys? Yes, I'll keep them. I've had enough of locked doors, too.
Evening, General.
Would you say grace, Jimmy?
And Jacob was left alone, and wrestled with an angel until the breaking of the day. And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And the angel said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." And Jacob said, "I will not let thee go, except thou bless me." Amen.
Amen.
Oh, you angel.
Oh, that's a very strange grace change.
Ham, Miss Annie?
Please.
It's from the good book, isn't it?
Well, of course it is.
Restart the muffins, Ev.
And therefore a fitting grace.
Well, I don't know about
Miss
that.
Annie?
Thank you.
Awful lot of things in the good book I wouldn't care to hear just before eating.
Well, fitting in the sense that Jacob's thigh was out of joint, and so is this piggy's.
Oh, I declare, James.
Pickles, Annie?
I should say so. You know my opinion of your pickles.
Well, that's the last time, I'm afraid. I didn't put up nearly enough last summer. This year I intend to.
Reverend looked in at the office today to complain his hens had stopped laying. Poor fellow was all he could...
I always suspected those hens.
Of what?
I think they're papists.
Oh, James.
Has he...
First thing you know, we'll start arguing about religion again.
Miss Annie,
No.
you're a special day.
Oh, it will be when I give in to that.
I haven't had a chance to welcome her home yet.
Captain Keller.
Katie, Miss Annie and I had a little discussion. Now, she feels that if we indulge Helen...
It's only a napkin. It's not as if it were breakable.
And everything she's learned is. Mrs. Keller, I don't think we ought to play tug of war for her. Either give her to me or you keep her from kicking.
It can't matter. Just this one time, I made all of her favorite foods tonight.
It is a homecoming party, Miss Annie.
She's testing you, you realize.
She's testing you.
Jimmy, be quiet. Now that she's home, naturally, she wants...
She wants to see what will happen at your hands. I said it was my main worry.
But she's not kicking now.
And not learning not to. Mrs. Keller, she'll live up to just what you demand of her and no more.
She's testing you.
Jimmy!
I have an opinion. I think I should be allowed...
No one is interested in hearing your opinion.
I'm interested. Of course she's testing me. Let me keep her to what she's learned and she'll go on learning from me. Take her out of my hands and it all comes apart. Be bountiful, it's at her expense. Please pass me more of her favorite foods.
Take her, Miss Annie.
Thank you.
Now, I'm afraid that you're the difficulty, Miss Annie. Now, I will keep her to what she's learned.
You're quite right there, but I don't see that we need send her from the table. After all, she is the guest of honor. Bring a plate back, please.
If she was a seeing child, none of you would tolerate 1 minute of this.
Well, she's not, and some compromise is called for. Her plate, please. There. Occasionally another hand can smooth things out. Now, shall we start all over?
I think we've started all over.
Oh. Don't get up.
Where are you taking her?
Don't smooth anything else out for me. I treat her like a seeing child because I ask her to see. I expect her to see. Don't undo what I do.
Where are you taking her?
To make her feel that picture again.
You let her speak to you like that?
No, I don't.
Let her go.
What?
I said let her go. She's right. She's right. Kate's right. I'm right. And you're wrong. Has it never occurred to you that on one occasion you might be consummately wrong?
Captain.
Sit down, please, Jimmy.
All right. Come. No, she's not here. Come. W-A-T-E-R what? Has a name. W-A-T-E-R.
Whoa! Whoa!
teacher. Teacher.
Love. Helen. Forever.